Hey there guys, this is Robin Hood, and today I'm bringing you, once again you guys, yes, hilarious battles. This is on Koshinetsu Ridge against Vigurious and Eloy. Well, those two guys there, and I am with my ally and friend Sprint here. Hannibal Bonaparte and I used to do this series. Those of you guys that were subbed then loved it, where we use absolutely random armies that you wouldn't think of in, to generally use in Fall of the Samurai and try to win. And I'm going to pause it a second, because this is a fast-paced battle. And Hannibal Bonaparte kind of fell off the face of the planet. I've actually talked to him, he's just not really into games at the moment, and I myself have been getting somewhat out of them, but that's why I'm doing things like this to bring it back. So yeah, this map, we knew it was a very rush-like map. Probably one of my least favorite maps, because even if you get the ridge, there's so many little hills and stuff, it makes it just a pain to play on. So we were like, hey, we probably won't end up winning, because when they see our army, they can just sit at the bottom of the hill and shoot us as we charge them. But I have an ungodly amount of Yarikachi, I believe 2 Shogatai, Spear Levy, 3 Yariki, and 2 Saber Cav in my general, and then my 1 gun unit, the United States Marines, just to throw something in there. And Sprint here's got tons of Spear Levy and Yarikachi, and then 3 Shogatai and 3 Yariki there. Our opponents, surprisingly, actually, and maybe not all that surprisingly, brought melee armies too. This guy has 3 or 4 of these Shinsengumi police force. Probably saying that wrong. And these guys are fairly good in melee compared to other rifle units too. And then he brought a ton of Katana Kachi and some good Yariki in his general. This guy brought some very veteran Yariki, Spear Levy, all that good stuff. Shogatai, White Bears, Royal Marines, all that. My opponent, over here, Sprint, is going to get to the hill faster, but the way the map bends, that will not be so. So my opponent was obviously rushing up this side, trying to get on this ridge, thinking I would go for this farmhouse, and he wanted to blast me as I charged up it towards him. As you can see, I am actually moving over here at an angle, and yes, this puts me at risk to this guy, but Sprint says he's got my flank, which, as your ally, it's your job to cover each other's flank, and in this situation, he's in the better position. So I am going to move like this so that he does not get to massacre me on this hillside, and it also allows us, yes, he still might get a bit of a hill, but it puts us on a more even setting. You can see this guy sent his cavalry up here, and so did Eloy here, except for 1 unit, sending most of his guys over here. And when I started running up my cav to scare them away, they ended up in a moment turning around to fight. You will see that in a second. Sprint over here is just rushing up his massive army. And there's some gunfire somewhere. That's one of the generals here. Yeah, this guy started to charge my Yariki. I'm actually just going to run back down behind my spears and let him charge my spears, because, I mean, what's he going to do against my spear units with cavalry? And then this is going to allow me to charge around and charge him on the flank with my Yariki. And my other units are charging in here, trying to hold off these veteran ones. Sprint's Yariki is coming in. And as you guys can see, this is going to get really confusing really quickly, because look at the massive horde of men just charging up this hill. This is going to be very interesting. I was in a bad position here. I had troops firing on me from above, and that cav just made it really confusing. So in a second, I just select everyone and just have them attack somewhere in here. Plus, this guy has all of these sword units against my spears. Swords do beat the spears, so although I get the downhill charge, which definitely helps out, that's not going to be that much. And then in a second here, I am going to take my Saber Cavalry and charge them into the center mass here. hoping to destroy those sword units down here. I did in fact capture the farmhouse with this spear levy, which is now getting the crap cut out of it by a ninja unit. So yeah, over here Sprint kind of caught his guy on the flank, and he has a unit capturing the sword dojo way back there, which is going to help us. But he is getting fired into. But over here, you know, he's doing fairly well, and he's trying to support me over here. But as you can see, my side of the battle is, well, to say the least, extremely confusing and extremely bloody. There is just men dying everywhere, and not a whole lot that can be done about it. You can see this fray just goes on through the woods, one giant mob there. My Marines are in the back trying to fire in, not doing that much though due to the position. I've got my general shooting down at these guys on the flank, trying to stop these ninja units, which are actually from Sprint's opponent. Guess he had them over here. They did have Shinobi Informer, so they knew what we were bringing. And these guys are going to keep running through. I've got one Yarikachi trying to stop them. Here my Saber Cav are now in the center, trying to cut up these sword units. You can see some of that action. My Shogutai are in here doing fairly well. That guy just cut open one of my horses. And yeah, there we go. So you can see in the center, we've kind of split them into half. This flank's crumbled, this flank's won. Most of my troops are over here. They're going to push this way. Sprint's army is still trying to wrap up this. It's just an extremely confusing battle, and at this point it kind of looks like we're going to lose, because my flank is crumbling, but I also have a unit coming back from routing, and here my Royal Marines are going to, or my United States Marines are going to make an epic stand against two units that should technically beat them in melee. Get in really small volley here, but you can see these ninjas charge in and just cut down tons of my men, and my guys are actually going to hold. I'm going to charge in with my general, just trying to deal damage there. And I mean, look at this carnage in the woods. There are just bodies everywhere. This was a massive fight here. Look at that wreckage. That is just crazy, especially right in there. But my troops powered through, and they are swarming over the hillside now. And here you can see them charging in. One Shogutai and the Shinsu, I can't say that, police force are just pretty much, you know, doing their best to hold off. But my men are going to keep plowing through here, trying to show you some of the action. Don't know if you guys noticed that head that rolled down the field. Nice little flower. This game has very nice combat animations. And all that is left are these units down here. You can see Sprint's army cleaning off the last of these guys way over here. And this guy is firing into me, and look at this, my United States Marines finally get to open fire. Went from 20 kills to 114 with a devastating volley right there. That guy is getting the crap stabbed out of him, and so are several of these other people. And that's going to be the end of that one. So it was a very interesting battle. We completely expected to lose when we came into it, but you know, that map favored that kind of army. That's why we brought it. I mean, if we were going to bring that army on like rice fields, might have worked, but the chances are higher on a map like this where they don't have time to shoot you. Had they brought fully gun armies, if they were smart, they would have sat at the bottom of their hill and made us come to them, because then, you know, they would have time to shoot us, screw the hill at that point, because, you know, that's where they're going to die, taking the high ground. But both of us actually brought similar armies. They just had slightly more gun units. You can see Sprint deployed a crazy amount of troops, 2,310. I had 1,830. Killed 1,263. And Sprint here killed 1,199. And then on the statistics, all my Yarikachi and Shogutai are the best. United States Marines up there too. And all that good stuff. Just massive armies. But otherwise, guys, hope you enjoyed that battle. And I will see you guys next time with some more. Thank you for watching.